right now, let's talk about Toyota's case and how we can learn by applying some tools. Before applying these tools, Toyota was a company they used to face to deal with some problems like excessive inventories, rework, and long waiting times between their process, and also poor synchronizations in their process. So, after a time, they started to implement some tools, and these tools can also be implemented by small companies. For example, we have the just in time, which produce what is really needed to avoid to have a massive stock. Because if you have a massive stock, we have high costs to stock them, to store these products. So the small companies should try to avoid this. Another tool, for example, is the Kanban. The Kanban can help us to understand, to control more the material flow, and also helps us to involve the workers into the continuous improvement. So this is an example of how the tools from the Toyota can help the small companies, and trying to implement these things can help to avoid high level costs in the unit of the products.
Hello, my name is Juan Ronald Selim Mejia, and today I'm going to answer two questions related to production controls and the impact of modern technologies in today's industry. Question number 4. Why is identified and managing bottlenecks crucial production lines, and how can modern tools improve this process? Okay, identifying and managing bottlenecks is very important because they are the points where the production flow slows down or stops, affecting the whole system. Even one bottleneck can cause big delays, extra cost, and reduce overall efficiency, as seen in companies like Ford and Toyota. Today, modern industries use MES and ERP systems to monitor productions in real time and detect problems instantly. Methods such in lean manufacturing and the theory of contractions also help focus recursos where the process gets stuck. With digitalizations and data analytic, companies can now predict bottlenecks before they happen. This proactive control improves efficiency, save cost, and makes organizations more competitive in the global market.
How can companies strike balance between efficiency, quality, and sustainability in their production control system? I think companies can find this balance when they see efficiency, quality, and sustainability as goals that actually work together, not against each other. For example, efficiency can be improved monitoring in default materials and use digital tools like IoT and predictive analytics to reduce waste. At the same time, quality gets better when control systems detect problems early, like Samsung did with smart sensors to reduce defects and microchips, and sustainability comes companies includes environmental indicators like water and energy use. In their control system, that's what Bavaria and Unilever did, and they only reduce environmental impact but also save money. So in the end, these three elements can reinforce each other and makes companies more competitive.
Question number 19. What role should governments and regulation play in shaping the future of sustainable production control? Governments should not only set clear standards, but also provide financial incentives and training programs that encourage companies to adopt green practices. They must enforce accountability to ensure that sustainability is is not optional, but a requirement for all industries. In addition, governments can promote international cooperation, since sustainability challenges are global and require joint solutions. Finally, public policy should encourage innovation and clean technologies to make sustainable production more accessible and cost-effective.
Right now, let's talk about a very important topic for nowadays, which is the collaboration between human and machine, and how this can change the concept of production control. For example, before in the historical of the factories, we know that all this process of controlling the stocks, controlling the productions was totally made by human beings. And this is prone to errors. But when we are talking about machines that can be programmed to do some tasks without avoiding the things, we can have this collaboration to do things, of course, with applying the human knowledge to remind us, for example, to schedule tasks, to detect anomalies, things that maybe we could avoid. So nowadays, this is really important, and this is a big step to automate the factories and help us with our work.
How can you use productivity in designs helps managers prioritize areas of improvement? The productivity index is really useful because it's look at different factors together. Attendance, how well the workday use it, the use is in installed capacity and quality. By checking these companies, managers can see exactly where the biggest problem is focused on the first. For example, in better using text it really does absentums or poor use the workday where they really use. So they work it incentives and training, which improve attendance efficiency. The works in productivity. In short, the IP doesn't just so performs in general. It also helps managers know where to act and set right priorities.
Question number 8. In what ways can predictive maintenance reduce costs and improve production flow in capital intensive industries? Okay, predictive maintenance is crucial in capital intensive industries because it prevents machines failures from interrupting production flows and generations $1 million losses. Unlike corrective maintenance, which acts after failures, predictive maintenance uses load sensors and big data analysis to anticipate when equipment needs additions. A clear example is Cementos Argos in Colombia, where sensors were used to monitor temperatures and vibrations in tons, reduces unemployment storage by 40% and saving more than $50 million per year. This strategy not only lowers reporting costs and extends equipment life, but also ensures continuous production flow. Moreover, when combined with Industries 4.0 technology, predictive maintenance turns data into automatic decisions, making plants safer, and more sustainable and more profitable.
Question number 12. If you were a production manager in a global company, what three priorities would you see to balance productivity, competitiveness, and sustainability, and why? My priorities would be: first, continuous improvement of efficiency through learned practices and new technologies. Second, strict quality and innovation to remain competitive in global markets. And third, integrating sustainability metrics like energy, use in carbon footprint towards the long-term success and responsibility. In addition, I would focus on developing employees' skills since human talent is essential for adapting to change. Finally, I would invest in digitalization and data analytics to anticipate problems and make better decisions.